doing another walkabout. Thank you very much. Checking out my videos. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Hit that little bell icon. Know when I'm putting out next video. And yes, folks, I'm doing this in rapid fire. My brain decided to go there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, today we're talking about toxic relationships. But folks, and frankly, folks, I've been in one, and frankly, I explained it last time I was talking about relationship I was in. Um, and quite frankly, folks, it was not all that different from any toxic relationship in the sense of, well, let's just put it this way. The toxic relationship I was talking about was with, I was a girl, Heather, and it was kind of toxic because she was very dependent on me, and the problem I had with her that she only showed affection for me when I got her things. When I did things with her or for her, but it was never reciprocated. It was always one-sided. I had to initiate everything. And quite frankly, guys, back then I was just basically enamored with the girl. I finally had a girl that actually gave me the time of day. I think it was the fact that I was just basically going for the pretty girl that gave me a little, a bad eyelash, whatever. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, guys. And this is just for not only for the men in my group, but all the women as well. When you're in a relationship, and this is just me basically telling you guys, this is in pure generality, so don't take it as I'm saying this is a dude, But if you're going out with a relationship, any kind of relationship at all, whether you're straight, gay, bisexual, whatever, it doesn't matter. A relationship has to correspond to both sides of the relationship. You have to love each other, respect each other, give each other enough leeway where the other person can express their actual feelings. Otherwise, the relationship is only one-sided. I sincerely appreciate you guys checking out my video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, like I'm saying, there's only one way. Meyer, the GOAT, thank you very much checking out my video. Thank you from India. I appreciate that. And I have love for everyone around the world. Thank you very much. I don't care where you come from, and you are the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Definitely helps the channel, because why not? And Meme, how you doing, man? Anyway, like I was saying, the relationship I had with this girl, Heather, and mind you, I'm using the name very, very loosely. If you know, you know. Let's just put it this way. There was a time in my life at that point that I wasn't exactly happy with. There was a point where me and her, I was taking her to a friend's house. Let's just face it, guys. I was being her pimp daddy. I'm not gonna deny it, because that's what it was. Back in those days, I didn't want to admit it because it made me look pathetic. So anyway, I was going up to this girl's house, not really her house, her friend's house, or should I say her ex-boyfriend's house. And when I say ex-boyfriend, technically they were still together, and I kept telling her, if you don't want to be with this guy, break up. Mind you, I was giving her advice for breaking up with me, for all I knew. Anyway, and we were going up there, and this guy comes out and starts giving me shit, right? And I'm looking at him going. He starts berating me, telling me to fuck off. He's like, if I ever see you again, I'll knock you the fuck out. I'm looking at him going. It's like, and next time I see you, I'm gonna knock your ass out with a fucking baseball bat, right? And I look at him and go, it's like, I like to fucking see you try it, motherfucker. I knock that damn baseball bat down your fucking throat. That's what I told him. And I was sick and tired of his shit. Because, like, honestly, and the problem was, the guy was doing Spice. And the guy was not in I didn't like him in the beginning. But ever since then, our supposed friendship kind of basically soured to the point where it resembled expired milk after 6 days in the sun. In an Arizona sun, I'm saying. Mind you, that's still pretty bad, but the point is, yikes. It soured so bad that I never wanted to talk to him, talk about him, look at him. And mind you, I had a friend back then that still talked to him. And the only thing I said, hey, it's cool, whatever you want, you still want to be buds with him, I don't give two shits, because it's none of my business. It's like, you could be best friends with him all you want, I don't care. And my friend at the time, he goes, no, man, it's not that I'm still friends with him, it's just I'm keeping an eye on, things before, actually cutting him off, because I noticed some things that I didn't like about him. And I said, oh, okay, well, thank you very much for that, but it's not. And it's like, he goes, no, nothing to get, not for you, bro. It's just, I just want to make sure nothing, it doesn't become a backlash for everybody else, because the fucker tends to get pissed off for random reasons, and I don't want it, to splash over. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, I guess that works. I don't care, because it's none of my business. My friend had a, luckily it didn't splash over, because it would have splashed over actually if it wasn't for my friend, and I'm gonna call him Mike, my buddy Mike. That's a shortened version of his name. If you know, you know. So my buddy told me later that they had a kind of altercation, basically, and my buddy just basically said, hey, if I see you pulling this shit over anyone around here, I will be back and knock your teeth down your throat, because holy fuck, in a handbasket, there's a reason why everybody is leaving you. There's a reason why everybody has stopped hanging out with you, is because you become so toxic, so deliberately offensive, that nobody wants to be around you, because of every time you getting upset, all of a sudden you start swinging, right? And you do the same thing with Rick, right? Mind you, that's not really my name, but the point is, yeah. You did the same thing with him, and you basically did all this to everybody else, so don't be surprised that nobody wants to be around you. And all I know is he never got around me again. Mind you, I did bump into him a few times after, but he basically walked the other way, or he just brushed past me, not in a aggressive, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass kind of way, just brushed past me like I never existed, which was fine with me. I didn't mind it. I'm like, whatever, dude, I don't care. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, well, as long as we have an understanding, we're done. Our relationship is null and void, and it's in tatters. There was a bridge, and I nuked it. Like, he was on the bridge, and I pulled the fucking trigger, and we were done. And about 3-4 months later, the girl in question that I was talking about earlier, we just stopped. We just, like, we got to the point where we were done being acquaintances. We were honestly, folks, it was just basically, we were acquaintances with benefits. And let's just face it, yes, we did a lot of fun stuff together. We saw each other nude more than a few times, but didn't go any further than, if it had gone any further, it would have actually been pretty bad, because honestly, I noticed one of the biggest red flags in the relationship that I noticed was her father basically gave me a death stare. Every time I knocked on the door, he opened the door and said, "Yeah, she ain't here." Bam! Closed the door right in my face. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? So I waited for 2 minutes, because like she sent me a text saying, hey, wait outside for a minute. And then I hear a fucking argument. It's like, I don't want him here, motherfucker. I don't want him here. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with this asshole? I don't even know what the fuck is going on. It's like, I'm not gonna. And I even told her. And by the way, this was one of the few last times I ever talked to her. She comes out and says, "Hey, I'm so sorry about my dad." And I'm like, no. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. If your dad really does not want me here, I'm out of here, because I'm sick and tired of being treated like shit. First, your ex-boyfriend, which, by the way, I know for a fact, because she stopped being around him after a while. And then your dad. If you want me out of your life, that's fine. I'm cool with that. And she goes, no, I don't. It's not that. I'm like, no. I told you what happened last time somebody tries to tell me they want me in their life. They wouldn't hesitate telling me that they want me in their life. You hesitated telling me that you really don't think this is going to work. And neither do I. We're done. And here's the thing that really, really kind of solidified it for me. The last time I saw her, she usually wears very, mind you, she was the kind of girl that was very loose. And unfortunately, it's more than I can say beyond telling you guys that she was very promiscuous. She wasn't exactly shy about herself. Mind you, she didn't need to be, because she was a very beautiful girl. But because of the fact that, she was very loose, every time I saw her, she wore very little. I mean, not enough where she was. Let's just put it this way, folks. If she was in some kind of movie, it would be X-rated. Let's just put it that way. There was, if it wasn't for the fact that she would have gotten arrested, she would have been wearing less. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, she was wearing Daisy Dukes all the time. Her shirts were either form-fitting or it showed off her entire physique. Don't get me wrong. As a dude, I enjoyed the sight. I admit. And when I was with her, I was enjoying being the guy that says, "Hey, this guy is with this girl. Damn, lucky bastard." But again, I know for a fact, I knew even at the time we were together, I knew it wasn't going to last, because she showed me many signs that she was not willing to, go any further than just having a casual relationship, which kind of killed me at the time. But because of my libido and my inability to let go sometimes, I let it happen. And the reason I'm even mentioning the girl's outfit and everything is because the last time I saw her, she was wearing a tracksuit, like full on, like covering herself. Apparently she was the kind of girl that initially would be very, very immodest. Like, she didn't care who saw, and she enjoyed the attention. But apparently this time she was very modest. She was wearing a tracksuit or a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and I'm like, yeah, this is not her. I mean, usually she's wearing nothing but like a very goth Lolita skirt, she had a very goth Lolita fashion sometimes, and even if she did wear a skirt, it was mostly just basically as an accessory, not an actual skirt. So yeah, you're imagining what she really looks like, as far as her outfits go. And don't get me wrong, I love girls that know how to accessorize, and this girl knew how to accessorize. But when I saw her the next time, I knew things was gonna be over because she changed. And then I found out later that she was with another dude, and I found out that same guy was contacted. Why? While she was contacting me, she was basically contacting more than one guy in the whole time she was with me. And when I say with me, I was being very general. Like, she was technically in my house, hanging out, sleeping, eating, taking showers, and bumping uglies with me. And long story short, we kind of stopped after one point, and I didn't know why, but after a while, my buddy was telling me, hey, she's been bad mouthing you for a bit, bro. She's been bad mouthing you. She's been saying you have a little D energy, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't care. I'm glad I'm done with her. You know, we were done for a while by the time my buddy told me about it. And I said, I'm not angry. I'm just upset the fact that she didn't feel the need to tell me. But it's fine, whatever. So yeah, the reason I'm mentioning even this I'm messaging this conversation, this story, was because, again, that was my brush with the toxic relationship, and I myself, being a dumbass, got myself into it because I was thinking of my libido more than I was indulging. Thank you, Long. Appreciate it. I sincerely appreciate it, my friend. And I agree with you. I did dodge a bullet. Mind you, I did have another experience after her, about 6 or 7 months after. It was closer to a year or so after. Let's just say it was about as toxic. So yeah, I didn't learn my lesson until the second relationship, and it was just as bad. The relationship was just bad. She had opportunities to try to find relationships. Like, the second girl, beautiful girl, she was amazing, and mind you, she had the features that I loved. And I don't mean, let me just put it this way: I'm into a specific girl, but I don't mind any type of girl. I just, for some weird reason, my body reacts to a specific type of girl. I love girls that have very fine features, either Asian descent or Native Americans. I don't know what it is, but when I see these kind of girls, they have these very strong facial features, either through the eyes, the lips. I love girls that have those kind of features because I don't know what it is. It just drives me nuts. But, and I'm only telling you guys this for one reason: she had those features that really grabbed me. And I had a ginormous crush. We've been friends since high school, and I finally was able to get a chance with her. We initially we had a honeymoon stage that only lasted about 6 weeks. Literally, no kidding, 6 weeks where I had nothing but pleasure and fun, and we were basically kissy all the time during those 6 months, 6 weeks. And mind you, this relationship didn't even last more than 3 months. Honestly, guys, I should have saw it coming because it felt like it was a flame that burnt way too high. It was one of those relationships, and I should have slowed down, maybe, or maybe I was just too intense for her. I don't know what was going down. Anyway, so we were having fun, like I said, and yes, guys, again, I explained it to you that these two relationships were my darkest points in my life because they both involved another man. The other man, I was trying to basically show her that she basically and confided in me that she wasn't exactly happy with the other guy, that the other guy was basically either not attentive enough or whatever. And at first, I was just basically saying, well, why don't you try to find someone that actually gives two shits more than this guy. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that it was going to be towards me. I was hoping I didn't have to go there because, like, again, I was still kind of raw from my first relationship. But for some weird, dumb reason, my brain went, I kind of had a crush on you in school, and it kind of evolved from there. And again, yes, it was all my libido's fault. I had full responsibility that I shouldn't have done what I did, and mind you, it collapsed. It's just as fast as it started. So technically, on both occasions, on those both relationships, they were technically my fault because I'm the one that initiated it. The girl could have easily said no and ended it there, but no, they had an opportunity. They had the gall to say, hey, sure, no, why not? No, I'm not blaming the girl. I'm blaming myself. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It was because I was infatuated with the girls, and I was seeing whether or not we can try something. And for the most part, it worked until it didn't. I saw that she was pulling away. I was trying really hard to get her to see whether or not we can try something, meet places. And then this girl just basically, the relationship kind of collapsed after the point where she started telling me, I like you and all, but like, I don't know if this is going to work. And even if we wanted to see each other more, my family is kind of strict. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's the family. It's just basically you're making excuses why you don't want to see me again. And I'm fine. Just tell me you don't want to see me again, and we won't see each other again. And I basically said that to her because I was sick and tired of being jerked around. Because at that point, I saw the writing on the wall at one point. I really did. And mind you, this girl, she was nowhere near perfect. She was beautiful as all hell. Think the Disney version of Pocahontas. She was very beautiful. But that was my libido thinking, oh damn, she's beautiful, but she's perfect. No. I kept forgetting she had a screw. She had more screws loose than I did, and that was saying something. She had a lot of. She kept telling me about stuff that she did in school, that she got a lot of teachers in trouble and shit, and she laughed about it. And I'm like, wow, red flag all around. Mind you, it's not the fact that I blamed her for it, because again, she had a lot of, issues. She had some things, and apparently I admit, fine, okay, cool, you have issues. Maybe we can work around them. Not all of them were mental, mind you. Not all the issues she had were mental. A lot of them were physical, and some of them I didn't even notice until she started going out with me, and it got really, really, really bad. So basically, it ended the way it should have, because it was just one way for me to learn my lesson. And like you said, I did learn my lesson by dodging the bullet. Either she dodged my bullet or I dodged hers. Who knows? Quite frankly, I'm gonna say that in a sense we dodged each other, because like it was just bad.
Okay.